I don't really want to hear the word Down syndrome in our house because at least back 18 years ago or whatever when he was born, it's not considered it was more considered a negative. Now I think it's more of a positive life, but even back then.
Early on when she was aware, she would say, and I have Down syndrome. I'm like, you don't need to tell people that.
Correct.
They already know.
Right.
It's okay.
Right.
And that's usually when I would step in and say, it's just part of who you are. It's not who you are.
So I agree. It was like, we're not going to lead with that. And that's who he is. I think we were so hard on it because we actually have very good friends at the time, and they always introduced their child with the name, and then right afterwards was who has Down syndrome.
Well, yeah, we
Drove
don't,
me
yeah.
crazy.
So every parent has their own philosophy. I picked that we were going to talk about it. It's not that it defines her, but I knew that I wanted it to be something that was celebrated. And I also knew I never wanted her to look at other people being able to do something that she couldn't and to think, why can't I do this? There's something wrong with me. I wanted her to know there is a reason. There's a scientific reason. You have something, it changes the way that you learn. I never wanted it to be the elephant in the room. To me, what you're teaching your kid from that is that it's something bad.
Right.
So when my kids see somebody in a wheelchair and I see them, or someone who looks different or has some sort of, disability or disfigurement or anything, and I see them looking, I want them to know, totally okay that you notice that.
Yeah.
Ask me questions.
Or ask them questions.
Yes,
if
like,
it's,
how do you
hey.
get around? Why do you have a wheelchair? Like, the more that you take away that, like, we don't talk about this, the more it becomes something normalized and celebrated. So that was important to me. There's a balance in the fact that that's not your identity.
Exactly.
It's no big deal. You have Down syndrome, now that we got that over with, let's go on.
Let's just move on. But it's also something that we just celebrate, and it's just a little Down syndrome on the side thing.